Hello and welcome to the Universim. You may not have heard of this game, or you may have heard of this game, I don't know. This is a Kickstarter God game. It raised like 380 grand or something, $380,000 on Kickstarter, which is pretty impressive. It is a God game. I love God games. Back in the days of like Black and White and all that kind of stuff, it really got me hooked. And this game apparently is just, it's like, the way they described it on their Kickstarter was it's a life simulator and you are a god in it. So rather than having direct control over each individual minion, you just kind of like have influence and shape the world and life goes on as it would. It's in alpha at the moment, so you can get it off their website. It's not even on Steam yet, but it will be in the future. And I'm going to start a new life. I haven't played anything yet. It's a small world after all. Welcome, creators. Thank you all once again for dedicating your time and effort towards improving the Universim throughout its development. The game is progressing well, but it's still in a buggy and unfinished state. That is what alpha is for. These early releases are in no way representative of the final game, and their primary purpose is to test new functionality and systems that are integrated into the main game. By playing and providing us with feedback, you're helping to shape the Universim into what it will eventually be. Keep an eye out for new patches and features in the coming months. Above all else, have fun! If you're playing the Universim for the first time, but playing it with the tutorials. Well, let's play with tutorials. We'll find out what you actually have to... Right. I probably could have figured that out by myself. Brand new world to behold its grandeur. Left click and drag or use WASD to rotate the planet. Right click and drag to look around. Scroll to zoom. Pretty standard God game controls. Place the Evolution Tower. The Evolution Tower marks the beginning of your new civilization, and Nuggets will begin building their residential buildings around. Nuggets? Nuggets? What the hell is a nugget? I'm gonna guess that a nugget, from context, is the name of the humanity. And oh, look, fancy! I got some streaks. Make sure you place the Evolution Tower close to nearby water sources. It's an essential resource for the civilization's survival. You may notice, in the real world, you look at major cities, always near bodies of water, generally rivers, because water's useful for staying alive. It's also a good idea to have stones and trees relatively close to ensure that Nuggets have easy access to them to harvest important construction supplies. Simply left-click mouse button when you're hovering over a suitable location to start your civilization. Right, well I can do this. So let's look for somewhere that's got a good supply of everything, plus some water. So this is the dark side, so I could birth our civilization in the dark. But it's really unpleasant. I want to birth it in the light because it looks nicer. There's a really big rocky bit over here with some water nearby it though. So I'm going to pop us down right here. I can't. I can pop us down here. I can't pop us down there. I can't pop us down on the beach. We cannot be a beach civilization, sadly, which is upsetting. I'm going to pop us here. Yes, Evolution Tower goes right there. Save the game! Saving in the Universim is done a bit differently. Oh really? You need to build an archive structure and use it to save your game. Be sure to build one early and keep it in good repair so you don't lose your progress. Well, that's interesting. The saving is actually built into the game. The Evolution Town is the engine that drives the evolutionary progress of your civilization. From here, you can select which advancements, Nuggets research, and also what kind of mutations you add to their DNA. These options are called perks. There are a few different types of perks. Blue perks, evolutionary perks. These perks dictate how quickly your civilization advances through the ages. They unlock key buildings and technology that allows Nuggets to create your civilization is not researching anything. Yes, I know. Do I need to pause? How do I pause? Can I pause while I'm reading? Pause while reading. Yes, that's paused. There should be an automatic pause while reading, I think. That should auto pause when this is up. I may submit that as a request. Where was I? These perks unlock key buildings and technology that allows Nuggets to create and do amazing new things. Every evolution perk you research brings your civilization one step closer to the space era. Evolution perks appear in groups which refresh after you research all of the perks in the group. Indeed, they would do. Yellow perks are mortal perks, as you can tell by a fish and a dead fish. Travelling perks refresh constantly. On their own, each perk will only provide minor improvements to your civilization, but they can dramatically strengthen your civilization if you take the time to research multiple perks of the same type. Interesting. So, the one thing I've got to note is the space era. From what I know, space is done slightly differently. I don't know how. That's just what I've heard. Because if you ever played a game called, hang on, I'll read that in a sec. If you ever played a game called Spore, I found it really fun, but evolution happened in stages. Once you hit the space age, it kind of like just went a bit weird. So, play that and find out what I'm talking about, because I'm not going to be very creative in my wordsmithing. And then you'll come back and then understand. Evolution Tower. Green perks. Rare perks. Rare perks are scarce but enormously helpful, which means it's a good idea to keep an eye out for them, as they will have a bigger impact on your civilization. Purple perks. Ultra rare perks. Every now and then something incredibly special comes along, like the sudden evolution of the wing on a donkey. Flying donkeys. What if I can ask to have flying donkeys added? These perks are the cream of the crop, but they come with a hefty cost. However, should you choose to research them, they will benefit your civilization greatly. It's important to know that every perk other than evolutionary perks refresh after each successful research attempt. You can only select one perk to research at a time, so choose wisely. It might be a good idea to research yellow or green perks before the next big evolutionary step. However, you also don't want to stagnate your civilization for too long and risk famine or other unfortunate side effects. That does sound bad. The requirements section showcases what the research item needs to be completed. Some perks might require you to sacrifice nuggets. Research can be dangerous. They still need to go through the phase where they think stripping palm leaves to their arms would allow them to fly. Huh. The effects section details what changes will be added to your civilization after the research is completed. Positive effects have an upwards facing green arrow next to them, and negative effects have a downwards facing red arrow besides them. Makes sense. Let's learn how to influence nuggets and build things that you want. At the bottom left is a construction menu. This doodad, right, this doohickey. Put in construction most vital buildings first. Try building a water well to start off. A water well first and put it by water. Right. So nuggets need time to collect resources to build things. Makes sense. Most of the buildings need nuggets to be assigned to build function properly. Additionally, some buildings require water for operation. Water pumps can be constructed beside any water source to supply your civilization. Oh my god. Why is there so much reading? A nugget's hut is almost as essential as to their well-being as food or water. This is their home, and they will return here often to either rest or mate. Oh, sexy. The hut also displays information about its residents, like how much food they are consuming or how many children they have. Fair enough. You can also easily locate one of the hut's residents by clicking on their portrait in the UI. Nice. Every potential family needs to have a hut, and nuggets will automatically construct huts when required. Oh, that's good. I don't have to tell them to build houses, which is a chore. These huts will provide all residents as you've asked, blah blah blah. Every nugget is unique to its own vital needs, I'm sure they do, blah blah blah. Tooltips, you find yourself not blah blah blah. Right, let's build a doohickey. Where am I? Let's zoom in a bit to my evolution tower. Oh, that's a bit too close. Bit too close there. What is going on over here? Should I press play? Are they collecting? Looks like they're collecting stuff. I have nuggets already. There they are. Look at their little faces. I can't see their faces. Look at their little bodies. Floating around without any legs. Interesting. Right, let's build production, adaptation, resource management. Can't build any of that stuff. Production, no. Adaptation, no. Epicenter, no. Expansion. Put an archive already. Resources, no. Resource management, no. Your civilization is not researching. I know that. What do you want me to do about it? What's this button? Opens the creator power. Okay, I don't need that. What's this button do? What does this button do? Godlight is turned on by default. Oh, okay, that lets me see things. Interesting. What's that do? Mother Planet News Archive. Brilliant. That could be useful. Your civilization is not research. I know. What's this? Planet's current oxygen level. Coming soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. Interesting, that worries me. But I'm sure it will be fine. Right, what can I build? I could build a thing there. What was it? It was I can build my archive. Let's put my... Can I rotate my archive in any way? Is there a way to rotate my archive? No. That's fine. I can rotate my face. Let's pop an archive back down here. That looks good. Let's pop an archive there. Because that's going to be useful. What else? What was the other stuff I needed? What's this? Oh, this is my research. So what's this big one? No. Oh, both those buttons do the same thing, I think. So I can research footwear, iron stomachs, primitive waterworks clothing, primitive tools. A lack of sanitation can have its benefits. When a nugget body constantly has to fight off hosts of... Well, let's worry about research later. What are they building there? What are you guys building? Nuggets report that stone hut is fully operational. Useful. How do I get you to build the water doodad then? No, wrong button. Oh, what is that? That is some kind... Oh, it's a bear! Oh, hang on, let's try and get a better face. Oh, cool. He's all multicoloured and stuff. I like that already. Excellent bearage there. Excellent bearage. Wood refinery, stone refinery. Where's the water doodad that it told me to build? A reservoir. That's excess water. That's a warehouse. A water pump. Oh, was it a water pump? That it won't. I need to unlock. You have to research stuff. Right. Well, that makes sense. Let's research primitive waterworks. Water pump. Bang. Now what do I do? It takes 30 seconds to research, apparently, and I have 0 of some people doing it. New nugget adults. Shahi has left their childhood behind them, and Umber is all grown up. It's time to find them something to do. Brilliant. How do I do that? So I think I have that research now. Yes, I do. So I can get a water pump now. My archive is finished, which means I think I can save. Enter save name. What am I doing? Question mark. I can't have a question mark. But what am I doing is apparently not a valid save name. Save. Assign. I need to assign an archivist. Shahi is now... I do it that way. So Shahi is now my archivist. And allows me to save. Brilliant. Stone heart. So, I want now, I suppose... What have I got available research-wise? I have that. Enhanced digging plus water capacity. Nugget might plus 4. Nugget's only way of getting swole, as they put it. This has... Okay, so I could make my nuggets stronger. That... Should we do that? Should we make... Let's make the nuggets stronger individually. And then, what else can I build? I can build a reservoir. Let's not worry about that. I don't think I'm generating any extra water. Right. The amount of water generated by a civilization. The amount of water... Okay, right. Oh. They've agreed to begin production on new nuggets. Does that mean they're bonking? I think they're bonking. I think that means they're bonking. Let us build the water pump, I think, is the one I want. There's a well. Which water goes to your workers. Wells are filled by water pumps, so I need a water pump first before I get a well. So let's build the water pump. Pump placement can only be built on shores. Water sources hold a finite amount of water, which means their reserves can be depleted over time. All pumps panel displays important information. Oh dear, that doesn't sound the best, I've got to be honest. But let's pop one down anyway. Every building in the game uses water in varying amounts. Another building doesn't even have their own water storage. Oh, that's useful. Fine. So, if I click on one of these, it'll tell me how much water it uses. Or it won't. Or it will. Or it won't. Or it won't. Or it will. That has some... There's a lot of remaining water and has an 80 output. So, amount of water generated is 80. The amount of water used is 5. There may be a slight discrepancy there. I feel like a reservoir may be useful. Let's put... Reservoir comes help generate more water your civilization is able to use. Affected by the current climate. Let's not build that then. Let's not build that one. There's a freaking whale in the lake. Okay, it's a pretty big lake, to be fair. That could take a while for me to drain. What else does the civilization need right now? I think we're generating 30 food. What else do we need? Do I need to do some more research? Huge muscles. Apparently is what I've decided to research, but it takes 16 minutes. I picked something that takes 16 minutes apparently. That's that. Can I research 2 things at once? Is that how this works? Can I research something that's not a green? Can I research one of these? Primitive tools. I think I can research this as well. Primitive tools, well, very technology savvy. Or clothing. I think clothing may be useful. My nuggets are going to get more health. Yes, I can research those 2 things at once. Brilliant. Okay. That's good to know. It's a big old world, considering I have this tiny civilization right now. It's kind of a bit of a hodgepodge, but it's also probably fine. Oh, there's... Oh, my. It's just, Oh. Oh, my. They're actually rocking the entire house. I mean, oh, this is awkward. Can I get a better view? Oh my. Oh my. Oh, he's quite beardy as well. No wonder you look at the shape of that man. No wonder she went all in there. He was quite the nugget. What's next on my agenda, Rooney? Can I build anything new? After that last bit of research? No, clothing I've researched. I've got the archive. What do I do with a well? Wells have a convenient way in which bring water sources closer to your workers. The farther away you build a well from a water pump, the more resources it will cost to build. Which is that you should see a status icon hovering above it with a number. This number indicates the refill rate of the well, which is important for seeing how quickly the well will replenish its contents after they have been depleted. A well located near a water source with a recruitment one in the desert. Well, that makes total sense. So I can pop a well down, kind of. If we expand, we're probably going to expand out this way, I guess. So if I pop a well out here, no, out here. If I pop a well just over here, that would do. Maybe. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. I don't want huge mycels. Genus Camelus. Nugget water needs reduce. Well, I don't need to worry about that. I'm not in a biome where I feel the need to splice camel genes into my nuggets is that big of an issue. Primitive tools. Let's get some tools so that they can work a bit better. Oh look, they've already got pathways. I haven't had to tell them to do that. I'm sorry, I'm dying as well at the same time. Well, I haven't had to tell them to do that, so that's fascinating. There's a bear over there, guys. Guys, there's a bear really close. Do you want to deal with the bear? It's quite cool. Well, it is kind of cold out there, actually, isn't it? It's a good thing I've got them clothing already, I think. So they're just going to kind of go on their own journey. Wait, wrath, influence, protection, creation. I don't have many God I can. Well, there's no point in doing any of that yet, is there? What's that number? Civilization's age, right? Telekinesis. Oh, is this? Is this... What one's this? Gas. No, okay, that was not influence. Kickstart. When they work at the beginning, give them a sharp reminder of his real change. Oh, my. The Cupid telekinesis. Let's not worry about those right now, shall we? Primitive tools research has been completed. Is that a good thing? New nugget. Name of Yumbu. A little too small and squishy to put to work just yet. Well, that makes sense, I think. They're only a new babby. New babby. Bug reports. Lose your episodes. Camel takes it. Okay, good. Right, let's. Where's my archivist? Let's do another save, shall we? Overwrite. Yes. So that's no. Don't delete it. Shahi is my. It's currently mating. I think I may have interrupted her a bit there. She's currently doing the dirty. They're really free with their love in this place, aren't they? which is a good thing, I suppose. Ahu just came and told us the most inelegant way. Mortals are pretty gross. That's so true. If you've ever seen a lady give birth, it is, while at the same time quite a miraculous thing, they will also cry and poop, and there's blood, and yes, there's a reason it's a comedy thing in films for men to faint, because it happens a lot. So if you ever get invited to watch a lady giving birth, just be like, can I? No, I'll just wait outside, thank you. Right, agriculture. Ooh, that's better for resources. Storage areas. That could be useful. Cooking? No. Fishing. Fishing could be... No, I want to have storage... No. Let's get some fishing going first, because we're right near a good fishing place. So that'll take... So that takes 5 minutes, but if I increase the speed... Does that tick down fast? Yes, it does. Okay, good. So that's normal speed, I think, and then that's double speed. So that fall has begun. Gravity, do your thing. Oh yeah, we definitely need to get ready for winter, I think. Is there anything else I need to build us while we're doing this? Expansion. No, I've got an archive. Engineers. Hang on, let's just do a... put that back. Engineer. What does an engineer's hut do? It holds the tools and knowledge necessary to build and repair structures. Engineer nuggets assigned to this building will automatically be instructions on structures you place and repair damaged buildings in their spare time. Excellent. We definitely need one of those. I definitely want to have some engineers fixing stuff. Let's put them right near the middle of all my important stuff, which is my ability to save, and my ability to drink, and my ability to bonk, I think. Sadly. They are going to get worn down. I mean, you saw how violent the sex is in the Nugget world. They are going to get worn down really quick. Really, really quick. Right. That is my... Let's save. No, that was not it. I want the archive. I don't want you. Let's save there. Overwrite that. Yes, fine. Okay. I think let's pause. Right. Let's take a quick break. That's the first look. That's me starting a brand new world. It's quite interesting. I like the art style. I don't feel too rushed. I may sound quite panicked, but I don't feel too bad about it. It doesn't feel super stressful. These are timed, so I don't see know how that's going to play out later. Obviously, these green ones, the rarer ones, take a lot longer than the non-rarer ones. But you kind of have to play your biome, I think, so far. That's what I'm discovering. Like, I'd have gone for the camel thing if I was in a desert, which I think would have been useful. But I've got a really lovely starting point. Look at this world. It's very lush. So I think I'll be okay for now. The zoom is a little bit sensitive. And once I finish scrolling, it continues going for another 10 seconds. But I will come back and we'll continue trying to see what we can do in this alpha world. There's obviously stuff still being worked on. But we'll find out how that goes next time. We'll come back to this world. We've yet to name the Earth that we are living upon. But I will do so next time. And I will see you guys next time as I continue to try and create the world's foremost civilization of purity and sex. Purity and sex, completely synonymous. I'll see you guys next time in the Universim. Goodbye.